All right, check this out, everyone. This is based off the smaller version right here. Made a video about that one and didn't like the video, so I made a new one. And I think it's going to be a little better. So, if you like what you see, watch the video, skip through it. It's a long one, but yeah, made a nice piece. Check the video out, and I'll see you at the end. Hopefully. We're going to take some 16 gauge and make a frame for this, right? But we're going to start off by just drawing the perimeter of this. All right? We're going to draw the perimeter. Then we're going to have a framework. We're going to give it a little bit out the top. And that's going to be the bail wires right there. This is all one piece of wire. And you're going to stay a 1/4 inch in all the way around this thing. Right? Now, the reason being 1/4 inch, I mean, it's a good size in. But you also have to take into consideration that you actually drew the line on the outside. So the actual edge is probably like right here. So you got about 3/16 of an inch on the back side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me a piece of wire that, I'm just going to get a guesstimation, right, of what I need. And I think I probably need I'd say about 12 inches. All right. I'm going to pull that off, cut it, and then I'm going to wrap that wire to this inside frame piece right here, right? I'm going to start off by just lining this up and taking my angle pliers, which are right here, and bending this around. Really simple. I'll be back when I got that done. All right, so check that out. Got the frame on there. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the vise and start wrapping this out on the top. We're just doing a simple wrap, so let me get set up and I'll be back. All right, just to show you a few of the tools I'm using here. Straightening the wire out, and my angle pliers and my clips. All right. I do have my dart tip sitting right here for pushing stuff into place. So let me get started. I already got about, I'd say about 2 foot of wire pulled out, 24 gauge. And as you can see, we're using gold. All right, I'm just going to pull it all the way down into place like that. We're just going to start wrapping it. And as we come up, you want to make sure that you're not crossing over your lines and you're pulling them down into place. Matter of fact, let me get my binoculars out here. Get them set up right behind me here. It's kind of hard for you to see here. All right. As you can see, I'm just turning this and coming up, trying not to kink my wires at the same time. And it's looking good. Sorry if I moved that. All right. You can see what I'm doing. Wrap it all the way up, and I'll meet you back when I'm tying it off. So just so you can see how I finished this off, all I did was came around and shoved it back in there, pulled it tight, and I'm going to clip it off right there. Right there.
Squeeze it down a little bit with the bury it here. That will be on the inside. So yeah, right there. I'm going to do the same with that. Let me get set up for showing you how to put that bail on. All right, so that's what we got. We're going to bend this over. We're going to bend it over this way and lock it into place. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I just bend that over in the center. I'm going to bring this down to where these line up right there. Just like so, right? We're going to spread these out a little bit here. And you can see what that looks like. It's going to look good. Right? Just like so. Bend that over. Wrap that right into place. Right? We're going to wrap that around there. Tighten that up. We're going to do the same on this other side. And I'll be back in a minute. So that's what the bail is going to look like. All right, time for the framework now. So we got to make a decision on how high up we're going to come on here. We already know that we're going to have a straight piece that comes across here. Really need to go ahead and put this little V down here in the bottom, right? So let me move this stuff out of the way. And this it's kind of like free hands wire twisted now. I am going to use the 20 gauge. Oh, shoot. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the 18. I might regret it. Oh, that's a 16. Where's that 18 gauge? There it is. All right. We're going to use 18. And to go across this, I might have to go get the wife's little plastic hammer. Straighten it out a little bit. I'm going to bend it up. You'll see. Have to straighten it out, bend it up, straighten it out. Do a lot of straightening out. All right. We're going to need several pieces of this, right? And I probably need a good inch past each side just to wrap around the edge, right? And still have some wire to make the wrap. So we're going to do something like that. And better safe than sorry, I'm going to add about 3/4 of an inch or so to an inch. And all my pieces are going to be about that long. So I'm just going to cut them. I know the one piece is going to go all the way across. So we'll go ahead and put that one on. And this is just going to make a cradle for the bottom part of it. What I need, 4 pieces. I got 3 triangles in the bottom and then the piece on the top. Okay, so we're going to put a bend on this. Let me show you something real quick about twisting these wires here. I can get my... Okay, so here's your bail, right? Or something like that. Here's your bail. Here's your frame. Okay. The one wire is going to come over. This is a side view, right? And you got to twist this wire. You know, this is going to come over and then come back down on the other side. And then I could draw somewhat of a 3D image here. something like that. And it goes out. But you're going to actually wrap that on the outside that way. So the V that you put in over here, it goes down and comes around, you're going to wrap that this way. Okay? Because if you put it on this, this will be in the way. It'll have it all spread out. You don't want to do that. So whenever you're connecting two pieces together, always wrap that way and that way. And whatever wire that you're going to twist on there, wrap both of them together with, you're going to try to dead end it right there in the center. So let's set that off the side. And I'm going to show you one, I guess, and how to do it. Let me get this stuff out of my way. It's fairly easy. I think I just lost a piece. That's all right. I'm going to put a bend on this. Probably about a half an inch or so, 5/8, something like that. Not a whole lot. So I'm going to wrap this around this edge. And remember, okay, so here's another thing we're going to talk about. We want this coming right off the bottom of the stone. I don't want to wrap it like this because I did it like this. And you have to go around that edge. And you got this gap right here. I'll show you the difference when I'm done. So we're going to go over, right? And I'm just going to start twisting this into place with my fingers. All right. Now, like I said, I'm just going to show you one, and then I'm going to throw them all together at the same time. And you're just trying to be, kind of delicate with your wire. But I can tell you this right now, it's kind of hard to work with this 18 gauge and bend it and do the things that you need to do. So, I mean, keep these straighteners handy. You can't be yanking on this stuff real heavy. Unless you got a good grip on it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's going to sit on here. Now, let me show you this. Go ahead and get into there close. So, I'm going to set this on there, right? And it's pretty close to where it's going to be. That is about close. All right, and I got it hanging over. You see that? I got my bail right in the center where I want it. So I'm pretty close to where I do believe I need to be. So I'm just going to go ahead. I wasn't over far enough. And bend this wire to fit across here. You see that? And I already know where that's going to be. We'll go ahead and put that bend there. And I can estimate how much of that I'm going to need off there. You can bring that around over here and get an estimate to where it's going to be. So, well, let's go ahead and do it. Go ahead and bend this down about right here, right there. I'm going to tighten that corner up a little bit there, I guess. And that's about the thickness of the stone. And once I start weaving it or wrapping it, it'll tighten up. It'll tighten everything up. Now, what I'm going to do is slide this down at the end without pulling my wire out of whack too much. And you're going to be straightening this stuff out all the time. It's just something that you're going to have to deal with. Let's put the stone back in place. And really, that thing, just the one wire across there, kind of locks it in place pretty good. Oh, got it upside down, don't I? Look at that. Silly me. Line it up. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to lock it into place just yet. I got to polish this thing here in a little while. It's probably cooled off enough out there. But I can pull this back a little bit, this wire back here, and get this out of the way. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put some marks on my wire on the backside here. Let me know, and I'm just going to use my pencil, let me know where this wire sits at all times. Right? Because you're going to want to know that. I mean, when you're setting the triangle pieces in, you don't want this to be moving all over the place. And you got to work with it with the stone off. I'm pretty good with guessing. But once I start lining it up, it needs to stay in place. All right, we got a little mark there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this V in, I guess. And I'm not going to show you all the wire bend and all that stuff. You already seen what I did. All right, we're going to put another wire in that comes over here and down. And you have to shape it around the rock. You got to do that little U shape on each side. Wrap it nice and neat. Pull it tight. So yeah, I'll be back when I got the rest of this frame in place. All right. Remember to curl your wires, wrap your wires out. Just like so. Nice and tight. Once them get wrapped, it'll be really nice. So yeah, I'm going out to polish that here in a little while. I'm doing this, and I was actually just upstairs, and I'm going to do a little short on this. This is something my wife put together, and we're going to take this to the next level. So yeah, wait till you see this video. I'll be back.
All right, we are back and it is polished. Look at that. All right. These are the discs I used. Let me go ahead and, I can't I? Right here, I got these off the Big A, along with the cerium oxide here. And I use that on the very last polished disc. It's actually a pad, foam pad, and it is still hooked up out there. So yeah, it's on the drill. And if you guys haven't seen me do that, you have to go back and watch them. So basically what I did was a recreation of this over here. And I got to that point right there where we needed to polish that, and that's what happened. So it's actually been a few months since I've even messed with this, just because this was a springtime project and kind of went to summer. And you know what? We have a garden plus a lot of other stuff to do outside. And if you haven't watched any of those videos or seen the landscaping I did, you have to go check it out. So I want to show you something. All these right here, they're all wrapped on the top. So this can't go over the top. It wraps underneath. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is slide our piece back into place. Which is not the easiest thing to do. And pretty much get it to where it needs to go, which is right about there. Right about there. Right? And it's underneath. Then from here, now with this right here, you see how it's kind of bent? We're going to straighten it up just a little bit here. Straighten it up a little more. Okay. Now this has to wrap to the outside. Okay. We still have this piece here to put in, and I have it cut right there. So it has to wrap to the outside. So what I'm going to do is hold this piece in place, and that's what we're going to do is we're going to grab it. If I can grab it, I'm going to get it lifted up just a hair here. Now we need to hold these pieces pretty tight so it doesn't move a whole lot. I'm sorry. You know, it's like I said, it's been months since I've done any wrapping at all. I'm going to wrap that around there. I'm going to force it underneath. Tighten it up. And you just turn it. Grab the roll and turn it. Right? We'll straighten this back up a little bit. Oh, that's good. Now we need to move that up. Okay. We're pretty close. Right there. This comes over. Now, at this point, it's about where I want it. Now we need to put this piece here over on this side. So what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and push this out of the way for a second. It's kind of in the way. And we're going to start off, let's just go ahead and flip it over here, right? And we're going to close. We're going to pull these two tighter together, right? Just like so. And this one looks like it needs to be tightened up a little bit, so that's what we're going to do. It's a little loose. So we're just going to turn that. Tighten that up, okay? And you can squeeze them back together a little bit, along with these. Get them close. Now, we need to put this piece on the back side here. What I'm going to do is line it up underneath. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put a bend on there. About right here. So we can get it started. And I'm going to Force it to the outside just a little bit here. Slide it up underneath there. Boom, just like so. Right? Now, it's really hard for me to see this. Let me get this down here a little bit more here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like that needs to go back in there just a little bit. Now we're good. I'll pull that into place. You gotta hold it fairly tight. And that's gonna wrap down and around there. Now, see if I can move this around here to a point where grab the end, right? And you're gonna put a curl on the end of that. And I'll tell you what, this is not the easiest thing to do. So you better have a little patience if you're gonna try it. You have to have patience doing this, that's for sure. So we're gonna grab it. I'm trying to hold the piece down at the same time. Forcing my curl around here, right? Pinch it. And actually turn both at the same time, right? That way you can get a good couple loops. We're gonna force that just underneath the edge. Run that around. Push that back down into place here. That should be about it. And that is. Now we're going to slide that down to where it needs to be, right next to there. And that is pushed into place. We're going to bend it over the edge. Follow it up. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to force that back down into there. Now what I'm doing is I need my little rubber pad. I didn't think I was going to be snagging on this, but it is what it is. I'm going to continue on. Okay, so again, I'm pushing this into place. I'm going to take my little hammer here. It's actually a ring hammer, I think. I bought for the girls so they could do rings. Okay, so we're going to bring that right up next to that piece. And it's not like I don't really necessarily have to straighten a whole lot of stuff out just yet. But I'll put a little bend right there just to get them close. See that? Now what I got to do is put a little bend there to go bend this to go that way. So we're just going to grab it and keeping everything fairly tight in place, right? Trying to make sure that your bail's where it needs to be. Okay, so we're going to take this and I'm going to put the bottom of the pliers, the bottom of them here, right down there to where I have a feeling that bend's going to be, right? And we're going to just bend it over. Just like so. I'm trying to make that as tight as I can. We'll pull it back out. Now, you go ahead and back it back out a little bit. Oh, it won't let me. It's all right. Okay, so that's about where it needs to be. I'm going to bend it over the backside here, right? Now what I'm going to do is cut it off the backside because I have to actually slide that underneath. But I wanted to cut it off at the edge right there where my finger is. Cut it off right about there. Oops, sorry about that. Shoot. Okay, and at this point, we'll flip this around, get it fairly close back into place. And then I'm going to take this and force it under there. Grab a hold of it. Oh, cramp in the hand. Yeah, if you have any kind of arthritis or anything like that, I'm going to warn you now. You will have some issues. God, look at all my fingerprints already. So oily. What the heck? Okay. Oh, back there. You can see how that's humped up right there. We're going to flatten that out a little bit here. Because I really want... And you know, the thing is, I didn't think about it, but we're going to go ahead and turn it over here. Kind of lock it into place. I'm going to use my thumbnail to just bring this up a little bit so I can get up underneath it. If I can get a nail under there. There we go. Alright, so... Alright. Bring this over here. We're going to get it pretty close to where it needs to be. I need to take that slack out of that. Not too much. That's probably about right there. Yeah, that's about right. So, at this point, we're going to take this piece, bring it over here a little bit on this side because we got to wrap it. We got to wrap it onto this side over here like we did that over there. So these two wires right here is together. Okay, so oh, hey, quit, Biddy. Biddy's over there clawing my brand new put-in screen here. You know, when you got cats, you're not gonna like it. They're still working out there, honey. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. We have 5 cats, and they all walk on a line that extends from the back door all the way out to the end of the yard. They love to walk on that line. At least they get to go outside, not get hit by cars. Okay, so where was I at? Oh, was I over here? I was right there. Sorry about that. All right, so bring these two together like so. And I am going to hammer that out. We will bring those together. Now I'm going to go around here and tighten everything up a little bit. All right. Now we're just about ready to start wrapping these together. It still looks a little off, but it's going to have to work with it. That's all. All right, so at this point, I'm going to get reset up here, and we're going to start wrapping these. All right, so let me get my, I do believe we're going to use a 22 gauge gold to wrap them, like I wrapped these here. So let me get set up, and I'll be back. All right, so I got about, let me tighten it up a little bit here. I got about 2.5 feet of this 22 gauge going on. I put a bend in it. I'm going from the top, and we're going to tie that off and clip it in. And you can see I'm just using my fingers, and as I turn the wire, it makes it go around. So I'm going to clip it off right back there. And we will bury that. Right off the bat, I am going to start wrapping this. And this is not going to be easy. This is going to be time consuming. Seriously. So, I just pulled it around the back side, and I'm going to start going up through the thing here. Go ahead and take a little bit of this bend out of the... Now I'm taking the curl out of this wire just so it's a little easier to handle. And you can do that by manipulating it with your hand, your fingers. You do not want any kinks in it, that's for sure. So, always try to keep it nice and smooth. Your wrap's nice and smooth, and you're working with such a large piece that you have to. Okay. Now, don't be alarmed if you bend it. You're going to bend it no matter what. Yeah. Actually, I should probably have Jesse taking some video of me doing this from the back, because I'm using my knee, both hands, just to keep it from kinking it all. And I pull it way up over the top of my head. You see how I follow this all the way through. We're going to keep it lined up real nice and neat next to the next one. Right? All right. And we're just going to keep doing that. I'm working both hands at the same time. I'm pulling the end this side with my left hand, and I actually have the loop in my right. And I'm making sure that the loop stays unkinked, and I'm following it all the way up. Actually, you can see it better in the camera than you can on this. I think I may have skipped one right there at the beginning, but it is what it is. We may take these pliers every now and then and square these two back up. See what I'm saying? Okay, you bring this over. Pull that right down into place. All right. Now straighten this back out again. Ah, my hand's totally cramping up. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's not good. Losing my hands here. The use of my hands. That's not going to be cool. All right, and you guys can see how this is coming along. It will straighten out your wires. I don't know if you guys can see that. Totally cramped up. Now I don't know what to do. Might have to take a break just from doing this. I just got started. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're wrapping. Bring that curl right back on up. Now, after I get done with that, bend it over, but I'll pull it down just to clean that little kink I made up from pushing it into place. right. Well, it's coming along, that's for sure. I'm going to change the light direction here. Change some light. Get a little better view of it. How's that? I hate to say it, I can't. No, I can't see it very well. I need to move that back here. Yeah, we'll just have to live with that. I literally have the phone like 6 inches from this, taking the video, so it's not as easy as you would think trying to film this and do it at the same time. That's for sure. So it will be easier if you're not trying to film it. Again, I'm riding the loop all the way up with my fingers. You see my fingers coming up? I'm going to bend it over. Then we're going to work that edge back over and turn it. Straighten our wire back out. I mean, it's just over and over and over and over. Ride the loop all the way up with your fingers. Push it over where you need to. Okay. It's coming along pretty good. Sorry for bumping that. Stop. Okay. All right, so ride that up all the way, push it under, keep them wires square, and pull it into place. And I'm pushing it down to make it tight. At this point, you don't really want to use your pliers and stuff if you don't have to, because you're going to make marks in it. And that's something you want to try to avoid. So again, same thing over and over. I'm going to pull that up, ride the loop up with your fingers. That way you don't get no kinks, okay? Now, just at that point where it passes underneath here, you're going to push it down and around and bring it up into place. Just like so. Ooh, alarm clock. Is it that time already?
Almost. It's early day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, are we going to go to the creek or what?
Well, she still has to come home and change.
Okay. That's all I get. I wanted to move that around just a hair more, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is work out on the old arms. I have torn muscles and tendons in both shoulders. Well, arms too. So this isn't the easiest thing to do for somebody that's handicapped, that's for sure. Not with those kind of ailments. Rise it up, push it into place, pull it over. So again, same thing over and over. So you know what? I mean, at this point, you all can skip this. I'm going to continue to film this, and this is just going to take forever. I can't. I don't know what else to say about it, but this is going to take forever. Pinching it, pulling it, straightening that little piece out there, and right back up into it. Ride that up with your fingers. As it starts going through, you push it into place and pull it back over to make a clean loop. Just like so. Over and over and over. Tell you what, I'm gonna probably have to take a break just from this. This is like doing yoga or something. Wow, did you see how I got crossed over there? Yeah. Straighten it out. Back through the loop, right all the way up my other fingers. As it comes through, wrap it over the edge. Oh gosh, cramp. All right. Be real gentle. You got to press them out a little bit. This is only the second one I've done of this style, so it is what it is. There's a learning curve to them, that's for sure. You seen how small the one was that I did originally? Well, not cool. That one was so hard to do, it was unreal. That's why I threw the video away. Yeah. I threw that video away. And I had been wearing it for a while. I actually got another piece on. It's a big heart that I made myself. It is translucent. Put in the tumbler to polish. And then I wrapped the tree of life in with it. Excuse me. So Sarah's getting ready to get off the bus here. And we were talking about going back down to the creek and hitting a spot that we haven't been. I haven't even been down that far in years. It's not really that far. It's only an extra football field further past what we normally go. It's just we hit a spot where it's real deep, and we stop. Okay. I think I'm going to go over a couple more till we're centered. Ooh, almost got a kink in it. Follow it up. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. At this point, then we're going to come down and we're going to start wrapping this one out down to here. Okay? So, let me get resituated and I'll be right back. All right, I'm resituated. And we're going to be doing the same thing. Up through the center. I'm riding it, sorry about that. I'm pulling it up with one hand and bringing it in with my fingers on the other. What we're going to do is bring it in, loop it over. And that's it. My hand's cramping up too much almost to even do this. Hate to say it. Woo! All right. So, same thing again. Hold it out. Bring it up. Oh. Had to go through the wrong wire there. Follow it up with your fingers. I'm going to bring it over. Just like so. Pull it out with my fingers. Loop it back in there. Hey, Jesse, I was just talking about, I think I'm going to have you do just a little bitty film, little bitty part where you can actually see me. You bend that over, pull that into place. Where you can see me working my hands here.
Right.
Okay. Out with the fingers. Now, like I said, I'm kind of holding it tight with my fingers out here. kind of angle is just a little bit harder to do too, I have to say. Now, keep it in mind. You want to keep these parallel to each other. You don't want them twisting and stuff. So keep working with them, keeping them parallel to each other. Yeah, here we go. All right, it's coming along pretty good. Oh, yeah. Been doing this for 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. It takes a little bit of time. I'm ready for a sip of coffee. Well, I think I have some sitting up there. It probably just needs to be warmed up a little bit.
No, it still needs more.
Yeah. Remember, your enemy is the kink. You'll work that roll right into place. Right into place. Again, once you get down there, force it in, bring it around. Force it in, bring it around. Almost sounds like SpongeBob. Bring it around. All right. Getting delirious now.
I think I remember that episode. I can't remember.
Bring it around.
He's like swerving his hips in circles, something like that.
Yeah. I watch so much SpongeBob with the kids. It's unreal. I still got from my son these discs. Those discs, little mini CDs that went specifically into.
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh gosh, Nickelodeon.
It's a digital, teeny tiny DVD player.
Yeah, mini DVD player. Woohoo! Dun, da, 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 da. Well, at least this line's getting a little shorter. That's for sure. As you can see, I'm holding my pieces when I'm pulling that out to straighten the line. All right. Oh, God. Once you get going, you will catch a groove. You start rolling along. You know what, though? I am not going to make you watch me wrap all the rest of this stuff, though. So what I'm going to probably do is after I got this all whacked out of shape here, and I get everything back together where it should be, and then I'm going to finish wrapping it out, and I will be back to show you how to do this piece across here. And on this one, we're actually going to wrap the bottom and the top at the same time. So I'll be back when I got all this wrapped, okay? All right, check it out. I got this done. I picked me out a bead. Okay, so we're going to be doing this piece that goes across here, right? I got to incorporate that into there. So let's set this off the side here. I'll just set it back here so you can still see it. Now, I also wanted to point out to you guys again, these are pieces that I've cut and polished myself. This is something from the last batch, right? These were 2 whole stones that I cut up into pieces and then tumbled in a rock tumbler I got from Harbor Freight. Okay? You can turn all these into pendants and then give them away as gifts, right? So yeah, just something to think about. Here's some smaller ones, right? And if you haven't seen the crystal basket necklaces that I've made, here's a few of them. Check that out. Custom made. I'm not done with it. I still got to finish wrapping this up. That's a special braid that I got going on. Not too many people know about that. And here's one. Some of you guys, if you've seen the short that I put out. Oh shoot! Oh no! He's fine. My little minion's fine. He's doing good. He's still there. I'm gonna put him down though. All right, so this is one I just did, and this is just string line, construction string line, right? I'm gonna do another video on how to make these because the last one I did, I just showed how to do this. I didn't show how to braid it out. The fact that you gotta cut one of these off on each side, one of the strands, in order to just have 3 on each side to braid. But I'm sure you could probably, what is that called, the French braid, when you got four braids? I don't know. I do know how to braid with 3, so that's what I did. Just found a glass bead to put on there. Still got to trim those pieces down. But yeah, they work great. Pull them up, exchange the rocks out of them, put a different one in. This just happened to be, I think, a blue she was trying to get. Yeah, and where is the one at? Just this reddish color, how it looks when you turn it, it's amazing. Amazing. And I still got to braid that out, but it's almost done. Actually, this is my, this is a board that I've set up with different things to do, and I still have to make this video. This one down here is for bracelets. This is just for hanging the basket on so you can braid it down that way. You just put it on the end here, just like so, and it holds it in place so you can braid, right? You could put a screw in there or whatever. But I'll tell you what, this is essential, and I'm getting ready to show you why. Oh, this is the other one. This is the other red. Look at that. And this still has to be braided out too. But yeah, they work great. I mean, the ones that I bought from, all right, so I didn't actually buy them from Amazon. A friend of mine bought them from Amazon, brought them over, and I bought them off her. So yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless with these baskets. Once you learn how to make them, you can do all kinds of stuff with them. And that works great for your tumbled stones that are totally round, but the ones you've cut into pendants, you really need to do some wrapping with. That, or at least make some bales for them. Sorry about that. So on this right here, on this piece, I'm using 18 gauge and 22 gauge. Okay. Here's 3 pieces of 18 gauge, and I'm going to put them. Actually, you know what? I do have to bend 2 of these to make way for the bead. And I've already determined that I'm going to use well, probably going to be using this right here. And you can see, if I can get it on there right in front of the camera, that you have space on each side. So when you wrap it, you have to compensate for that and not have too big of a gap. You still can't see it really. I have to do it down here. Let's see if I can do that right. It's just enough. So what I'm going to do is wrap them around here. Right in the center, right? And I do believe that's the center. It's going to wrap them around halfway. Just like so. And then we'll come in here with our, let me see this here. And yeah, that's about perfect. Right? And we want it halfway up on the stone. So each one has to be bent way down here, outright, so it goes halfway. So if you look at that, it's going to need to be bent about right here. Maybe a little bit up, about right there. So I am just going to take my angle pliers here, and it has to be parallel. Each side has to be parallel, right? So we're going to take that and bend it straight out, right? And we're going to come over here to this side and do the same. If I can get it on there. That should be about perfect. Ooh. And that's about perfect. Now, this is only the second time I've done this, so I'll bend this other one, and we'll see how that goes. And again, I know it's about right there. Might go down just a hair. And come over here. We're going to put that bend in there. Right about there. Straight down. So you got that. So when you put them into the vise here, it's gonna look like that. Yeah, like that. And let's see how that looks with that in there. In granite. Holy smokes. Just like so. And then those wires are going to be wrapped around there. So, yeah. Let me get this set up. Let me do something real quick here. Made that one a little smaller, just to compensate for the eyeball. So what we're gonna do is, where's my other piece? There it is. We're gonna slide these down into there, along with this other piece. It's not the easiest thing to do. You'd think it was, but and I'll be darned, where'd that piece go? Where'd it go? It like disappeared. Do I have to watch the video just to see where it went?
It didn't hit the floor, did it?
I didn't hear it hit the floor.
Me neither.
Oh, it's right here. It was so close up to the board, I couldn't see it. You see that, guys? It was so close on the board, I couldn't see it. If you're watching, you probably knew it was there, though, didn't you? All right. So basically, we're going to put that one in the mill. And that one's going to go through the bead. Something like that. And I want to bring that down. Let's go ahead and slide this bead on here. If I can get it on there, right? No way. This bead that I picked didn't get drilled out.
Well, you said,
I can't believe that. All right, so I got a whole bag of these. What is this? What are these beads called?
either Blizzard Jade or Blizzard
Um,
Dragon.
Swarovski crystal beads.
No, that's not what it is.
It's just a bag. So I got a bag of beads here. And I'm going to pick one here.
I can't remember if it said Lizard or Dragon.
Dragon lizard.
Yeah, that's
We'll take a look at these beads. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that could look funny inside there. Does kind of look like an eye. Let's check out another one. No, doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I'm looking for another hole here. Yeah, it could be like that. That would look kind of lizardy. Not what I'm looking for the minion, though. All right, I'm trying one more. And I'll be darned. This one, oh, I found it. Now, I think we're going to go with this one that's got this color in it here. Right there. And you can actually roll it around once it's on there. So, yeah, that's what it is. So, we're going to stick these in here. If I can figure it out right here. And I want these pretty tight together. Pretty tight together. And we'll slide that bead down on there. See how it looks. If I can find the hole on it. Oh, shoot. Almost lost the bead. Help if I could see just a little better. So yeah, that's what we got going on there. And then I'll wrap that all nice and tight. Yeah. All right, we're good to go. I'm just gonna leave it like that on there. Now I'm gonna take this 22 gauge and I'm pulling me off about 2, I might as well go about 3 foot, something like that. Because it's gotta go all the way across. Okay. I'm just gonna start it. By going around it. A few times. Keeping these pieces straight as you do. Now I'm going to pull them down into place. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this and bend it down into there so it stays in place. I'm going to pull them down into place, just like so. And you can see, get the camera set up just right here. Another one, another test for the shoulders, that's for sure. Now, we're going to keep bringing this around. Right? And I got, like I said, 3 feet of cord out here. Working that around. And keep straightening these out if you have to. Back to yoga today, that's for sure. Jessie's back there canning. She's got a long red slim, pickled long red slims going in right now. Just got done doing a variety of pickles yesterday. And if you didn't catch the whole video, yeah, you know what? I don't know why I'm doing this so far down on here. I need to push that up. I didn't think about it because I'm doing too much. I'll be doing too much. I didn't put them far enough down into there. So I am going to just use my bottom here. I'll push it up, and I'm going to drop these back down into there some. Now, if I need to wrap more, I will, but I can show you this, that's going to sit on the end of there, and it's still way too far up. I actually need them, way up here. And I'm not going to go through it. And I ran into this problem before where I had too much, and I had to actually unwind some stuff. And you know what? You really don't want to have to unwind anything if you don't have to. It's hard enough to do it. So yeah, let's straighten some things out here. And get another look of where it's going to be. Yeah, bent over the corner. That's about right. Right there. You know what? I'll bring it down just a hair. And we're going to pull it down, put it in place, and then continue wrapping. Now, I don't know if you can look at all this I got here in my hand. Now I'm just working it around. You can't let it get kinked up anywhere. Kinks are your enemy. All right, it's looking good. My arms are falling off, but it's looking good. Oof. Now, when I get to the one side, what I'm going to do, or get to the edge here, right? I am going to weave the bottom probably right here, and then continue up here, and then put a separate piece along the top. The top, there will be a little bit more room to mess with. Now I'm just kind of taking my pliers here and just barely giving it a squeeze. It kind of sets the wire where you want it. Getting tangled up in my handle here. Now, at this point, I am going to start braiding this. I give my arms a rest. Give me a second. Yeah, I had to take a break. That was killing my arm. And you can see I'm just wrapping it over there. Open up that piece just a little bit. Give me some room to work. Oop, got hung up on the handle again. All right. Now I just pulled that down with my fingernail. I tend to have a pretty strong fingernail, but all right. My arm is still sore. Wow. But we are getting closer. And pull that out of the way just a little bit. I'm gonna have to squeeze that just a hair right there. I like that. All right, now The thing is, I gotta weasel this down into there. Make it look right. Bring it on around. You gotta be careful with those wires. They will break easy. It's one of the problems I was having with the last necklace. I mean, I didn't really have the technique of winding it on there very well, and it was breaking on me. It would kink and it'd break. So that's why I keep saying, with the kink is your worst enemy in this stuff. So you gotta have to figure out how to roll it around there smoothly. And it's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. And this is just something that I learned watching YouTube, you guys, and doing it myself, showing you guys how to do it. I'm ready to get back to making some copper roses, which I learned how to do on here. I'm not sure I even posted any videos except for the ones where I got them finished. I still got some sitting around here, though. A bunch of them, actually. You want to go grab one for me? Actually, I got a whole vase full of them.
Where are they at?
In the living room. Sitting over on that table. Okay. Yeah. What do you guys think? Readjust that. Let me go ahead and put my bead on there because I won't be able to do that after I start wrapping it again. Ooh, shoot. Ah! Oh, yeah. I'll have to show those at the end. Those are big ones. I couldn't even get it in. Gosh darn it. Fumble fingers. Told you I'm losing my fingertip. My tips. I think maybe my eyes too. Holy smokes, where's it? There it is. Get your glasses on, Grandpa. Okay. All right. Ooh. All right. We are ahead of the game. I'm going to keep on going, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop this down in there. To right about there. This is just Velcro, the two soft sides. Stuck it on there. Really? Okay, I'm going to have to look into the phone. It's got a maximum file size on here. and it automatically shuts it down and starts a new video. That's what's been going on. So this is a new phone.
It's weird.
And I guess there's a max file size. Not size. What is it when you say words backwards?
This website.
No, that's when you read them backwards. For some reason, I can say a lot of stuff backwards. The first letters in the words, I can switch them around and say it before I even know I'm saying it. So what do you guys think about my rummy game? Word rummy, huh? I posted two, I posted a short and then I posted a long version of me and Jesse playing it. I guess I could put this back there. Dun, dun, dun. If you haven't seen that video, you got to go check it out. Yeah, if you haven't seen that picture frame that I made out of stained glass, that's a nice tutorial. You should go watch that. Probably don't even know about it if you're this far into the video. I guess that wouldn't matter. But yeah, I do stained glass also. I told you this was going to be the easiest part of it, Jesse. Although it's not really, but
Since we're
oh. Oh, it's killing my shoulder though. That's for sure. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, the old eyeball spins around in there. Cool deal. Almost done though. For the other channel we're going to be going on, I want to go metal detecting. I got my limitations, so I got to have me some shovelers. I know if we go down to the river, we're going to find a whole bunch of lead. I bought some wire from Harbor Freight, from Hobby Lobby, and tried to do a necklace. It was going to be a, red, white, and blue theme thing where I took 3 wires and you start wrapping the color on each wire. You do 3 wraps of one color on each one of them, and then you switch them over in the backside. And I guess the technique's really good, but the wire started shredding. I mean, right off the bat, you can't work with it. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right underneath me here. I still have it all attached. And it's going to look cool, but yeah, I mean, it's so easily scratched. You see that? I mean, you can't touch it. You can't touch it with your pliers. Oh, you know what? I think I'm probably good with that right there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull it out. And yeah, I'm actually a little further along on that one than I am that one. So I am going to clip it down here. Where's my cutters? Oh, right in front of me. We'll get that piece out of the way. And I don't like how that looks right there. So what I'm gonna do, you got a straight tip up there, Jesse? For one, I am going to bend that up just a little bit. Before I start winding it. Yeah, I can't get on there with the pliers. I guess I could with these right here. I just got to be real careful working with this here. What I'm trying to do is separate it just a hair.
You could always use a leather needle.
And what I'm doing is kind of wedging it and turning it just a little bit.
Would that work?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Got a leather needle here. And I think bending it just a hair. Sorry about that. Try to keep it in your view. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll wind that up just to get out of the way. Wind this one up just to get out of the way. And I am going to wind this one. I'll tell you what, this is going to be like a 15-hour video. I guess I can't have it that far down, can I? And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little knot in this here. What is it, a half stitch or whatever? I'll reach in there and grab that thing. We're going to pull it down into place without beating everything up. Okay. So at this point, I still don't like how it is, but it is what it is. I have to live with that. I'll cut it off when I'm ready. I gotta straighten all my stuff back out here. And I'm gonna wrap from the bottom up. And I will pull that into place down here. You know what? I think I may just go around this bottom here one time. And there we go. It broke off right where I wanted it to. Now, I am going to... I pull it all out with my fingers. I'm going to take it through. You know what? I'll have to have it further up. Tighten this down. It's wiggling around a little bit here. Okay, so you go over it, pull it into place. I'm just pulling it in with my fingernail. I'm going to start wrapping it nice. Just like so. Straighten it out with my finger. Wow, that hurts the shoulder. Oh, wow. So, yeah. You better be flexible doing this. That's for sure. I get that in there, and we're going to just pull it right down into place. Don't stop. You'll get a kink. And you don't want that. You want that nice and tight. And I'm not even sure I'm getting them tight. Wish I could see a little better. Straighten out my finger. Back through. Follow it all the way into place. Just like so. It is definitely something that you're going to have to get used to. Because every time you pull it, you're going to bend it all up. So every time that you use it, you're going to have to straighten it out just a little bit. But even after you pull it tight, you're not going to see all that. It's just a mind. It's messing with your mind. So I've just found that pulling it straight back and putting your finger on it just like that, right? Bracing the backside, lets it wrap around there. Then you can bring it around. You can follow it around and pull it really. Oh shoot! Knocked it all out of place there. Yeah, like I said, this camera is only like. I mean, at this point, it's like 7 inches away. It's kind of hard to work with it. You pull it around. And at some point in time, you're going to have to do a little bending of this wire just so it's easier to get it back through there. Pull it straight back, brace it, hold it, pull it into place. Bring it around. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. That seems to be working pretty good. I haven't done a half dozen of these like this. I have done some other necklaces with these type of beads in the center. As a matter of fact, I got one sitting over here in the case. All right. I'm holding it and straightening the wire back out. See how that's got that hook in there? That's going to get in your way sometimes. Straighten it out. And again, follow that all the way up. And pull it around. Brace it. Fingers on there. Pull it tight. And it'll straighten it out. Okay. I'll also put that little hook in there again. Just keep an eye on it, that's all. All right. Now I'm going to do the Eye of Ra with that. I have done some necklaces that were reminiscent of it. But yeah, I'm going to do the Eye of Ra on something. Probably something a little bigger. So I'll be hooking that up to this necklace here in a minute. And then the only thing, after I get it hooked up, the only thing left is wrapping these back wires to make it look pretty. That's it. Because they look hideous. Look at that. That looks bad. Yeah, this isn't an easy necklace to do, at least for me. I mean, I can do a lot of stuff, but with my hands acting the way they want to, I'm just lucky my hand's not cramping right now. You know what? I'm making me a cup of coffee. I'll be back in a minute. All right, right back to it. All right. Do 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 do. Ooh. Yeah, I really should have two cameras on me right now. Because you really aren't, you're not seeing all the aerobics I'm doing over here, and it's killing me.
Yeah.
This ain't bad, though. This is only like a little bit more than 1 foot of line. But I'll tell you what, dealing with all that extra line, you're definitely doing some arm exercises. Oh, gosh. I almost got it messed up right there. Did you see that?
No.
All right. Whoa! My shoulders. They're on fire. Ooh, creepy. You know, I'm thinking about making my own beads out of this stone. I mean, just taking, like if you took a platform like that and you make all your own beads yourself. You just drill holes in it. Actually, yeah, I mean, I'd cut it into strips and then probably plot it out like a grid work, drill the holes, then cut them out. Oh my gosh. Getting ready to send a painting down to Texas, an oil painting I did earlier this year. And you got to do a little bit of touch up on the yellow, I think. Oh, that was another thing. We wanted to go down and check prices and see what it's going to take to ship some salsa. Right? Wasn't that the idea?
It's gonna be way to know.
Make sure you got a hold of that thing because it's gonna want to go. That's for sure. Whew. Now, see, I think if I would have used a 24 gauge, it would just probably snap trying to do that because I'm just forcefully pulling that into place. Well, I got some work to do straightening it back out, don't I? Yeah, that's pretty good. I do have to go. I'll put a divot in this piece. That's the next step after I'm done with this. Put a divot in there. That way when I lay it into there, that bead sets down inside there. I'll take the video for that. So that'll be coming here in a minute. Gonna have to go outside to the table out back here. Woo! Just about done with this crossman. I mean, it still took way longer than I said it was going to take, didn't it? Jesse?
Yeah.
He's over there.
I was sorry, I was playing my game. I got done labeling.
Who plays word search out there? She's a word search freak. She's on like level 5,408. No, like 80,000 or something like that.
I can tell you.
I was just kidding.
3,295. Oh, and it's wordscapes.
Word. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap that around there, but I'm gonna bring it in just like this, right? That way it's gonna lock in place right there on the back side, and I can snip it off. Bend it all back in place here. And you know what? I gotta change the holes on this thing. See how that's on the back side there? Okay. At this point, we got our cross member. That's upside down. And I think I'm going to finagle with that a little bit. That's pretty much it. All right. Let me get set up, and I got to move this beast out of the way here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. There you go, just like so. I got too much on there. Oh my gosh! Too much. That's all right. I'll bring it around. I'll be back. All right, I'm ready to go. I made my little dot. Now I need to grind it out a fairly good amount just so that sets down inside there. So go ahead and turn it on, Jeff. We'll see if I can't wait to see this. You gotta keep a steady hand on here, that's for sure. You see that? Little dimple for it to sit in. All right, let's see what we got here. Sets in there pretty good. Not deep enough for me. Gonna widen that hole and deepen it just a little bit here. So I got that from this set. They came from Harbor Freight, but you can get them anywhere. That set's actually lasted me pretty long, and I haven't done everything that I want to do with them because I want to do some sculpting. You gotta take your time, move around it. If you're not working with water, you better have a mask on. And again, you guys can skip on through this. You already see what I'm trying to do. You want to skip ahead to the part where I'm putting it in? I'm putting the cross number on there. You're more than welcome. Oop. A little bit of stuff in there. Oh. Yeah. Let me turn that off. I just noticed my phone is acting like it's below 15%. So we're going to plug it back in. It's down to 5. All right. You can see I have worked that down. I like that much better. I'm just going to work these around just like so. That's what it's going to look like. Well, sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. Where were we here? I think we were unwrapping this side over here. And I think we'll keep that wrap on there. Maybe even that. Nope, that's got to come off. Sorry. I think a couple more. Now that I've taken it back past where I need to, that's just about perfect. I'm going to slide it in the center of this one. I'm going to go ahead and take it off here, because we can put it in place, and that's the best time to do it. Now, so you got this piece off here like this. I'm going to separate this just a little bit here. I'm going to take this back over and down in between those second two right there. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this off, this middle one. Now we're going to bend it over. Just like so. And I'm going to cut this one off the same. And these will be buried. Let me go ahead and, what I'm going to do is, how did I got that there? I'm going to go up underneath there to where it's hooked that wire, right? Cut it off right there at the back end. Then we'll take these without damaging the outside there. It's kind of man, I got to plug it in again. We're going to run out of juice. All right, back to this. So I've clipped that middle one. I've wrapped up the center wire, the 22 gauge, around it, underneath it, and then we're gonna push it into place without doing damage to the outside out there, right? I'll let you see it on video. Just like so. We'll bring these two wires back together. And we can slide it back into place. Just like so. Okay. Then at this point, these wires have to go underneath. And you know what? I'm going to snip them off because I don't need that much of them. I think you got both of them there. We're good. Got about a centimeter or so, half an inch past. Gonna have to locate those. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this back up. I'm gonna slide these underneath. Just like so. See that? Slide them underneath. Oh, I missed one of them. Just like so. We'll do the other side. Just like so. Okay. Now at this point, you can just grab them. Yeah. Pull a bend in them just to get them started. Right? Yeah, one's going to go down that side. This one's going to go down that. This one goes down that way. This one curls up that way. Same with this side over here. Once you pull that, it tightens it up pretty good. Just like so. You're going to straighten it out to the point where you want it because it's in there pretty tight now. It's looking good. And it rolls around in there. Check that out. All right, so we're going to put a little hook on there. Right? We're going to force it around the backside. I grab it. You're just going to work it around. And you do the same with this side. And you're going to try to put a little hook on there. And just like that, it's on there. All right, so back to it. Okay. And that's it. I'll bend those back. All right, you see this cage? That point right there. What the? heck is that? Okay, I see what it is. So hopefully, just hammer that down just a hair. Gotta make sure there's no snags. I mean, if there is, you can take a little file and file them off. At this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some 22 gauge. I'm gonna start wrapping the whole thing. And you know, I'm just kind of wondering if I shouldn't start with a brand new piece or not. And I want to try to do it continuous. So let me get a piece together and kind of go from there. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. All right, let me grab a piece. We'll be back. All right, everyone, we're back. And I am getting ready to wrap this in here. I'm going to wrap this wire in the back so it doesn't look so trashy. And by doing that, I am going to start this one here. We're going to twist that under there. Grab a hold of it. Pull it into place. If I can get a hold of it. I'm going to pull it around here just to get it out of the way for now. Let's straighten this wire back out. And I'd rather be going over the top, but the way I got it set up, we're going to be going up underneath. And I got a whole bunch of wire here. Now, bringing this in here, make sure that you're just on the outside and you pull that thing tight. When I pulled that tight, it actually pulled that wire out some, so I'm going to have to fix that. Pull it tight. I'll keep working it around here. And you can see that you can manipulate the wire just by moving your other wire up and down. Move that over into place. Okay. Now I'm gonna hold that in place up there and then use my fingers to straighten out this wire. I mean, you guys can use the pliers. Actually, I think I got about four foot of line here, to tell you the truth. All right. Up underneath. And again, I'm holding these wires out. I hit them across. I actually got my hand holding the back part of the wire, right? I'm gonna work this piece up into here. Try to. All right. Get that up underneath there. And keep your wire straight behind the scene here. And you'll see me walking my wire up with my hand. I'm keeping it unkinked here. Right into place. And I pull the other line straight as much as I can. And right back into another one. Right it up. Right into another one. Back to doing yoga. Straighten your piece out as much as you can, sorry. Sarah's parade's tomorrow. If you're anywhere close to Collinsville, Illinois, we're having the Italian Fest this weekend.
Maybe the shortest girl too player.
You know what? I think my... I'm just hoping this thing isn't just spinning. It doesn't look like I'm getting another coil out of there. So I might have to lock it in place somehow. I almost got a kink there. Got to avoid that. Probably pulled that out of whack a little bit. Maybe not. See, that's what my problem is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work it on there by ratcheting it on there by itself. Like so. Seems to be working pretty good. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just moving it with my wire, holding it in place, and then this seems to be working pretty good, actually. Oh. And again with the shoulders. Look at that, that's nice. Yeah. Huh?
Trying to go.
Okay. Time for Sarah to go to school. Love you, hon. Have a good day. And see, hey, find out what kids are gonna go up there tonight. Get some phone numbers or whatever, and maybe you can meet some kids uptown.
I know Mark's gonna be in the parade.
No, tonight.
Tonight.
Wait, what?
Tonight.
I didn't even know there was gonna be.
Yeah, they're doing it tonight.
I thought it was Saturday. Or something.
No, it's Friday, Saturday. They pack up on Sunday.
So yeah, if you haven't heard of the Italian Fest, it's something Collinsville does every year. It's an Italian community, Well, not so much anymore. It's really diverse now. Sorry about that. Maybe I can get a better view here. All right. It's a strain on the old shoulders, that's for sure. And I can get a few more turns in that one. All right. Yeah, I've been watching this guy called Jack Crafty making arrowheads. And he makes some really good arrowheads. Really nice work. Got me interested in making some more arrowheads. I've made a bunch. Okay, I think I'm good right there. So what I'm gonna do is cross over right there, and then we'll start wrapping over the top. Right like so, and that pulls it into place. Then we'll continue here. Pull it up real nice and neat up against there. I'm just using my fingers, tips of my fingers to kind of straighten the line out. And it's looking good, looking good. So the Italian Fest is tonight and tomorrow. There's going to be some excellent food. They shut down Main Street in the old upper part of town. They shut down about 10 blocks, and they got 3 bands on stage almost the whole time. They got 3. It's so long that they got bands at each end and one in the middle. All right, it is looking good. I clean up that edge there, or that wire, the edge. This is one thing. This is the first time I've done this. Wrap this back wire. I'll tell you what, most of the time, I mean, I end up beating them up, just manipulating the wire to what I need to do. Kind of lucky my hands aren't cramping up now. And you can kind of, oh, sorry about that. You can see how it's just laying in there. I am holding my finger. I'm running that just on the outside there, right? I don't want it right there. Right on the outside there. And I'm riding my finger up there, just like so. We're going to pull it right into place, real nice and tight. Just like so. I straighten my end out here. It's a little bent up. See, I got my thumb on there. I'm letting it ride my thumb right up into place. And then I'll use my thumb to push it up into place. But you're going to keep pushing. Anytime that you can use your fingernail, use it. Try not to use the pliers if you don't have to, because it's gonna nick it or gash it or make a mark on that wire where you don't want it. Ooh, almost got a kink again. Watch where your wires go. All right. All right. Yes. I'm good. I'm going to put one more in there. I got room for one more twist. Tighten it up a little bit here. All right. All right, now I'm going to bring this around the back side of this. Right here, you see that? I'll bring that right into that gap. Right there. And then we'll start wrapping it underneath back again. I'm going to Loosen this up. Straighten it out a little bit. I bent the wire just a little. Okay. We've gone all the way around to there. We'll put it in right here and get it on my felt there. And I'm just barely getting it on there. I gotta take this pullover off here because it's starting to get hot. It's actually trying to rain over here. And again, hold that piece in place while you're doing this. It's going to want to just yank it out of the vise. And again, follow it right up. Right into another wrap. Oop, coming loose. Okay. Right back at it. All right. You know, one thing I'd like to do is just sit here and listen to some music while I'm doing this because it takes forever. My commentary isn't the best. Sorry about that. Let me get a little. Just keep it on that outside there. Keep it close. Put it right into place. How you doing, Houdini? Houdini. What's up, buddy? My little buddy standing next to me here. All right. It is working really good here. At some point in time, you get into a groove and you start kicking butt. Works really good. Just make sure that you're riding this line up with your hand every time, keeping it close to the edge where it's going to drop into place so you don't have to squeeze it down too much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, we're already at 25 minutes, and all I've got is a couple inches done here. This is a time-consuming project, that's for sure. Man, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to charge like $300 just for this piece. Well, it's probably worth more than that once I'm dead. Because if you knew all the oil paintings that I did, this is just an offshoot of what I do. This is just a hobby to what I normally do. And I got to get back to that. I'm having fun doing this, somewhat. I mean, this one right here was a little testy. But doing those tree of lives, oh, sorry about that. Those really have become super easy to do. I mean, if you haven't done a tree of life on one of these, you got to try it. It's just simple. Especially after you do a little handful of them. And the first one or two is not going to be easy, but you'll get it. The first one I did, I seen the lady doing them. Jesse was over here watching a video. I was like, well, I could do that. And I did. And did a video. As a matter of fact, the video's on here. All right, you guys have seen me wrap this whole half, and I'm basically done. I'm not gonna make you endure watching the whole rest of the video. Or me just wrapping this, and then my commentary. So I'll get you down here to this point right here. And we'll be back for the wrap up. Yeah. I can't believe I'm finally done with this. Well, not done, but you know what I mean. This is a long time coming for this piece. I made this piece down here way back, probably June, something like that. Took the video, hated the video. You probably heard me talk about that already in this one. Okay, I think I'm going to go one more. Maybe not. No, I'm just going to skip across. Okay. While I move this, we'll just go ahead and we'll say we'll be back. All right. We will be back. And I'll have this all wrapped all the way around here. All nice and pretty. It's looking pretty good. So, we'll be back in a minute. So yeah, it turned out great. Can't believe how nice it turned out. Took forever. But yeah, that's a stone that I cut. I slabbed out. It's got its matching pieces in the tub over there. Polished that with the discs. Ground it down. You know, I used all 13 of them to include the polished disc. And I used cerium oxide to polish it. But yeah, turned out great. First time I wrapped the whole backside, and tell you the truth, I didn't finish it. I pinched a nerve in my back, or did something in my back. I actually have 4 compression fractures, vertebral, how do you say that? 4 vertebrae at least that are broken and just deteriorating. So yeah, I did something and I had to quit. She had to finish. At that point right there, she had to finish that side right there. I'm actually done for the day. I got a heating pad on my back. I hope you liked this video. It took forever. But But yeah, it's kind of a cool piece. I like it. So I did a second. I'll be doing some other versions of this. Maybe not so big, because I'll tell you what, that aerobics, it killed me. Only swinging my arms around like that. So yeah. With that, I'm going to end the video. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And you guys all have a great day.